Welcome back to another episode of Reality Corp. My name is Ace Fanning. I am wearing my Pepperdine alumni sweatshirt today because obviously I never went there. I'm not that educated, nor that smart, nor that rich. And I am joined by somebody who did go to school, who is actually smart, who, you know, is a big deal in my life. That is former Real Housewife of Miami, hopeful future trader star, Anna Quincoces.
Thank
How
you.
are you,
Thank you.
beautiful?
I am doing great. I am in sunny Aventura, Florida. You know how much I love being in Florida.
Why do you have to go back to Florida? I don't understand.
Right now, I am at a produce convention because
Oh.
I'm selling my melons. No,
Oh.
I am. We're launching Skinny Latina Organics.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
So I'm
so
selling zucchini.
everything's fucking in Florida. You
Everything's
can't
in
you can't
Florida.
escape Florida.
I can't, but I try to avoid it as much as possible. Honestly, I don't know what's happened to me, but the second I enter the vicinity, I get in a bad mood.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, I feel like it's like the traffic, it's the
I mean,
hustle and
traffic is
bustle, it's the
everywhere. I just
people.
think it's the people.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
think
there's a lot of traffic where you live now.
uh there is traffic during rush hour.
Okay.
And
Well,
then
not
this
anything comparable to Miami.
and then I felt no, no. And then I felt a change in the force, in the whole thing. And then this morning, I'm just looking at social media and I find out that my ex got married last
Oh,
night
you
or
just
Saturday night.
told me the last time that you and your ex are close and everything's
Ex-husband. That's
oh.
ex-husband. This is my
Oh.
ex-fiance, my most recent relationship where it was very it was a long-term relationship, blended families. I got engaged on The View.
Oh. I
Um
didn't know you got engaged on The View.
yeah, well, I what was it that I did? I showed my ring on The View. Like it
Oh,
was like
okay.
yeah.
You announced
And
it on The View.
announced it, yeah.
Oh.
No, I actually
Yeah.
got engaged at a fresh market.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
for you. Now, before we started the show, you told me that you think that you would be great on traitors. And I would like to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
Okay, number one, do you want to be a traitor or a faithful?
Listen, I could do well in either position because
Hmm.
that whole game is about psychological warfare and that is
Yeah.
my specialty. I would prefer to be a traitor, but I'll take faithful. I'll take anything.
See, I think that if I were to go on traitors, I want to just be like, I just want to fuck with everybody. I don't care
Right.
faithful or traitor. I just want to like mess with everyone's head. I don't really like care about the actual, well, I'd like to win the money, obviously, but like
Right.
more so, I feel like I would play the game kind of like Sheree did when she was on. Like she just managed to float through because no one even
Right.
remember she was there, you know, because
No,
she's
I don't want
stupid.
that. If I'm
No,
there, I
you're
want
doing
to
it.
I'm doing it. I wanna murder people.
Yeah.
As a faithful, you can't murder people. I mean, I already have the ideal cast in my head because I wanna murder so many of them in real life that it would give
Mm.
me an opportunity to live that out without the consequences. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, call me.
See,
I'm available.
I feel like, you know, all I want is to sit around that table. I
Yeah.
want to I want to sit around the table when he goes around and he picks the traitors. And then I want to go when we do the like when we fight about who we think is and just see people throw each other under the bus. That's like
They
my
they
favorite
are
part.
so I mean, we don't wanna give up any spoilers, but, like, if you
No.
saw even the first episode, they're just off. Like,
Yeah.
their instincts are just off.
I
They
thought
you
that
know
the first challenge was super fucked up, like because I love when, without giving away too much, but I love when two people, you know, kind of sacrifice themselves, but they don't realize in the moment that that's what they're doing,
I know.
and then
Well,
they're
but you
like,
see, that would
"Oh
never happen
wait,
to me.
no,
That would never happen to me. I think I am always 5 steps ahead. It's like
oh."
a chess game for
I'm
me,
usually three
seriously.
steps behind, and I was
Yeah,
thinking to
no.
myself when they got to that first one, I'm gonna be like, I'll go because
Yeah,
I was like, I don't want to keep rowing. I don't want to be a
right,
part of that, you
right.
know? And I feel like everyone's like yelling at each other and stuff. I would do better just on my own.
No,
So
I
I
think
would
you
have
would
left.
do better as a faithful. but, you know, I don't know that you have that much of a chance of getting on. I don't know that I have much of a chance of
No.
getting on,
You know what,
but,
though? I was
it's
telling
good to
you,
dream.
I wanna get on Big Brother.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna
I
find a way to
feel
get you
like
on
and
Big Brother.
I've never even seen Big Brother, like, I've seen clips here and there, I don't understand how it works, I don't understand the strategy or anything like that, but I just wanna go and I just want to talk shit about everybody in the confessionals, like,
Yeah.
that's what seems really exciting to me.
I think that
Uh,
I think you would be great at that.
thank
I
you.
think you would
I
be great at that, and the fact that you haven't seen it would make you even a better contestant.
Right? That's what I
Oh
think,
my
like,
god, and you
some
would
of
be
these
so
people are super
entertaining.
fans.
We
Thank
need to
you.
find out who the producer is here. I'm gonna find out because,
All right, we
you
have
would be
some
great.
serious cases to get to
Yeah,
today.
we do. Yeah, we do.
Anna, what can I call you because you're not really the judge today because we're equals. You know, we don't have a guest. It's
Okay,
just you
okay,
and
let's
I.
not go crazy, let's
Are
not
we
go crazy.
constituents?
No.
Are we
First of
coworkers?
all,
Like,
let me clarify that we are not equals.
okay, yes. We have
Um,
about the same education, kind of.
we do, we do.
It's close.
I think we're co-counsels.
Okay,
Maybe we'll call
co-counsel.
this a mediation, you know?
Oh,
Let's do
okay.
that.
Okay, I
Let's do
like
that.
that.
Plus, we
So,
always have Pat eavesdropping, and if we really run into, like, a major impasse, then
okay.
we will listen to his opinion and then disregard it.
Perfect. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start with the hot topic right now, and that is Miss Karen Huger not showing up to the Potomac reunion and then releasing her statement being like, oh, Miss Huger has checked into a rehab facility. Hmm.
Listen, and a lot of people are saying that she's gonna be fired because apparently contractually, if you don't show up to the reunion, you can get fired. However, I don't think that Bravo I think Luann missed a reunion as well once for rehab, and I think
Mary
that if you're
Cosby
trying
did, but just because she was mad.
well, but if you're willing to improve yourself, I don't think Bravo would take the position of firing you. The problem is that she defended herself so much and
Yeah.
denied any culpability that now the timing is very sus. And it doesn't it seems a little disingenuous.
You
I
had
think she
all
didn't want to face the
season.
music.
Yeah, you had all season that you could have left the show and
Yeah,
gone and
yeah,
checked in, but you were like,
yeah.
no, I'm going to do the show. And then when people are, and also the time in between when the show filmed and the reunion, there's quite a bit of time there. You
There
could
was
have
a bit of
gone,
time. Yeah.
but it's like, oh,
Yep.
I'm going to check in right before the reunion. That's what I'm going to
Yeah.
do.
I
I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit on it too. Um, I don't think that she'll be fired because there's too much to answer to. I think the reunion is going to be it's almost worse because she's not going to be there and they're going to talk about her so much.
Do
And
you
then
think
you're
she's
not
going
going
to
to
get a
have a
one-on-one sit down?
yeah, I don't know. We'll see, but you know what? It's not what I expected from her. Like I expected a little more from her.
Karen Huger, I've always had an issue with her because I do feel like she has a lot of secrets. She doesn't put a lot out
Yeah.
there, and then she always gets mad when people mention her shit. Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Let's settle this because I mean, whatever we say is fact. Blue Eyes. This has been a rumor since the beginning. She's fucking some guy named Blue Eyes. Do you believe you've not heard this?
No.
Anna Quincoces.
I'm
Oh my.
sorry. Wait. I mean, I could tell that she's not that into Peter.
His name's not Peter. What is
No,
his name?
what's his name? Peter? Yeah.
The
Her husband's
Black
name
Bill Gates. No, his name's not Peter.
the
What
husband
is
is Peter.
Ray? Raymond. Ray.
No.
Yeah,
No, no, no. Okay.
it's Ray.
Uh, I do think that she's had a tremendous glow up. She
Oh
looks
yeah,
great.
yeah.
She looks so good. And that usually happens when, she didn't do it for Peter Ray or
Right.
whatever.
Ray
She
Peter
she
Peter
did it
Ray.
for
I bet
somebody.
that's his
So,
middle name is Peter. So
yeah, yeah,
you
it's
guys are
Peter
really
Ray.
close and you knew his
Yeah.
middle name.
We're close. I think that I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And you know what? That happens. A lot of women when they're in their I don't know how old she is, but when they're kind of losing that, I can relate. When they're a little older, their estrogen levels are dropping, they're approaching menopause or they're in menopause, they're trying to hold on for dear life. And so
Are
She
you
wanted to
saying
be
that you're having an affair as well?
I am not yet,
Okay,
but
but at
I
some
am
point,
looking.
it's
I
on
am
the
looking. Yeah,
roster.
I'm
Okay.
looking.
If
And,
oh,
I
if you're
feel
gonna have an
bad.
affair,
Yeah.
what do you want? Like, do you want someone who's just gonna like, you know, wham bam, thank you, ma'am kind of situation? Like it's just sex,
No,
or
I
do you
need to
you want
have
emotional affair?
I don't know about emotional, but I need to have somebody that I click with, like, intellectually. I have to have a level of banter and just kind of like, I know what you're thinking there has to be a connection mentally because my brain is attached to my vajayjay.
Oh, see, my
Yeah.
brain is not attached to my
No, I
vajayjay
know.
at
I know.
all.
No, I
No.
know.
But okay, so wait, how often are you and your mister meeting up then? Like is it a like once a month you go to a conference rendezvous? Is this like you guys see
Oh,
each other several times through the week?
oh, you mean in my
Yes, in your fair
alleged,
fantasy. Yeah.
okay, pretend affair? I think it would not be that often. I think maybe it would be once a month, and it would
Okay.
be in
I
some
like
other
that.
place, like you meet
Yes.
in a place,
Yes.
and then it would just be whatever, and then no communication, and, like, I think it would be a set thing. We
Yeah.
meet on the 3rd Thursday of every month, and this is the location, and before we leave the next time, we tell each other we're gonna meet, and there'll be no communication until
Oh,
then.
that's hot.
That is so hot.
Because you go and you're like, I don't know if they're gonna be here or not.
Right, and then it's always like a honeymoon situation, and it's
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
I
That's
love that.
exactly what it would be for me, and then I don't need to talk to you. At
Yeah.
that moment, you're just with that person, and you're everything to each other, and then you go back to your life and your responsibilities.
That's a hot affair. I like that
Yeah,
one. You
yeah.
know, mine is just like walk in the door, pants down, fuck you and go. You know,
Right. 3
that's it.
pumps, though, that's
Yeah,
quick.
3
I mean,
pumps, get out
I
of here.
know.
You know, that's it. I'm
And
not
is
like,
it even worth renting a hotel room?
nah.
No.
Just do it in the car,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
You know,
Okay,
like it's just like
okay.
I don't need to I talk enough during the day. We don't need to
Yeah,
have a chat. We
yeah,
don't need to connect
yeah.
intellectually. There's not much to connect about.
Okay, I'm gonna get my ass kicked for this one, but now
Okay.
anytime I have to go on a trip, it's like, "Who are you meeting?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, listen, you're on a trip right now,
he's
and
here though.
we can only. Oh, darn it! Never mind. What a buzzkill. So I mean, Karen Huger, are we finding her guilty or not
Yeah, I'm
guilty?
finding her guilty. I'm finding her guilty, not of being a drunk, not for being having an affair with Blue Eyes. I'm finding her drunk for being a coward.
You're finding her drunk of being a coward. I feel like
I mean,
you've
I'm finding
also
her
been
guilty for
drinking.
being a drunk coward.
You have showed up absolutely hammered to this episode today. It's 9 a.m. where I am, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere for you. So
No,
yeah,
I am finding her guilty of being a coward.
okay, yes.
Like, she
I
should have grown a pair.
I'm finding her guilty, but I feel like instead of giving her a life sentence, you know, I'm not going to kick her off the show, but I am going to put her on parole. And I'm
Right,
going to ask that like everyone has an opportunity to really just dig into taking her down for a bit.
right.
And I'm also going to ask that we please never have to go back to Surrey County ever again. Like I don't care
Okay.
about Surrey County.
Oh, please.
That's another
And
part of her parole. She
yeah,
cannot leave the Potomac area.
no, she can't. And I do think that part of her punishment should be being with Peter Ray at all
Mhm.
times,
Yes.
just really,
Yeah.
like, intimate dinners, one-on-ones,
The
and all that.
video of when she gets in the accident and Peter Ray is trying to talk for her, and he's just like, all right, you know, Karen, like, shut the fuck up over here. Like, he's trying to
She
get
was
her to
just
shut
saying
up, and she just
did
keeps
you see the
going.
shit she said? The most
Yes.
bizarre shit.
Yes.
That's something
Andy
I would
calls
do.
me the granddad. Yeah, I don't really know what I mean, but Andy Cohen called me that. Yeah, I thought that was great. That was a good time.
Poor Peter Ray.
Listen, and we're not making light of drinking and driving,
No,
but
no,
we're
we're not.
making fun of somebody who made a bad decision, and that's okay. We can
And
bully
didn't
them a little
really
bit.
own up to it.
Yeah, not at all.
This
Not
was an
at all.
opportunity. Honestly, this was a teaching moment for her. She
Yeah.
should have gone. to the reunion, spoken to the women, said, "This is hard for me. I thought I'm gonna just not show up, and frankly, I'm scared. I don't know what's gonna happen. I made a mistake." What she would have come out, I don't know who's advising her,
No,
but
and
she would
it's
have come across
don't
so well
forget
if she did.
Mother's Day was coming up in like 4 months. Like it was right on the horizon for her. She was just
Yeah,
thinking about Mother's Day and all of that. It was very emotional. But I feel like I will say this. You know who I think handled their DUI the absolute best? Gina from OC. She's the
yeah,
only one who I feel like right out the gate was like, I'm taking responsibility for this. I'm an idiot. I messed up. Like I feel
and
like
that's the
I
way to
don't
do
give
it.
Gina much credit for a lot, but I will
Yeah,
say I think she handled that
yeah,
the best.
yeah.
Okay. Now I feel like you might relate to this person a little bit because she's definitely off kilter.
Okay.
Something's not completely right
Yeah,
upstairs. And that's Britney from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
yeah. There
Now,
is a lot wrong with
there's a lot wrong with her.
yeah,
On the show, we saw her filming everybody. And I mean, let's quickly talk about Meredith just going off.
no,
That
I
was
don't know.
one of the like I've been saying, I'm like, we don't need Meredith anymore. It doesn't make sense. She's not bringing
No,
anything.
we need
And then
Meredith.
you take her pills away and she loses it. And
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like, oh, we need Meredith. We need
Meredith
her.
is almost like the new Mary in many ways. Like
Yes.
Mary's almost becoming normal, and Meredith has become an enigma. We don't
Yeah.
know what she's thinking. We don't know what she's doing. I love the way that she talks because she speaks in riddles.
Yes.
I love watching her. I love watching her. I think
Well, okay, but
that
I was
Brittany,
like, I didn't care about the whole like bat mitzvah situation. I was like, okay, like we don't really care about that. But
yeah,
now that she's like unhinged again, I'm all for it. Let's bring
yeah,
her.
me too.
Let's keep
Listen, we
her.
don't watch this show to see people that are emotionally stable. We don't.
No,
So,
no,
be crazy. Do you?
right. But
Uh,
so Brittany got in trouble for the recording, but now
mhm,
she's in trouble with us for recording her entire flight to Hawaii,
yeah,
singing and dancing. At one point, she is in the airplane restroom, which is a small space.
yeah,
Everyone can hear what you're doing in there.
yeah, for
And
sure.
she is singing
Yeah,
loudly.
yeah.
I mean,
Listen, you
5150, this woman.
right. Well, let me tell you, the
Okay.
fact that she was such, was with an Osmond and that
Yeah.
was so important to her, and that she thinks that an Osmond is a celebrity. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
you weren't even born when the Osmonds were popular. Like it's
No.
it's crazy. Um, she is classically trained,
Oh,
though.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you
She can
seen her
sing.
video of
I've
singing Miss
seen
Saigon?
I've seen her. I've seen her sing. I've seen her in the Hallmark movie. I've seen it all. She
Yeah.
was in the was it the Mistletones with Tori
Mhm,
Spelling?
mhm.
Like she can sing. I will give her that. But there's a time and a place in which we
Yes.
can sing.
I
I can
This is
I can
what
masturbate, great, but I'm not doing it on the plane. You
right.
know,
Or right
like
now, I hope.
well, sometimes you just
Listen,
never know. But there's a
getting
time
so
and a place
fast,
for everything.
so fast.
Yeah.
Listen, I think that this is what happens to housewives, okay? It comes a point when you have this opportunity and you know that in order to stay there, you have to do things that are outrageous or something to make you memorable. Some
Mhm.
of them are really smart and know how to do it, and this one just wants she just wants attention at all cost, and
Yeah.
she is worried that she's not going to be asked back.
Mm.
And when you're worried you're not going to be asked back, you will do absolutely anything. So, considering she's singing at the airport, I don't think it's as bad as other things she could be doing. I find her terribly annoying, but I understand why she's doing it, and maybe it'll work for her, but she's definitely off kilter, but that's what we want. That's what we want.
I actually want her holding a snowflake next season.
Yeah, I
I
do. I
want
do. I
her
think yeah. I do
because it's
like
and
her on there.
I can't wait to explore why her daughters hate her. And I think everyone was shocked when we realized that like the daughters who don't speak to her are like 9 and 13 cuz I thought
Yeah.
like oh they're 25, 22, like they're living their own life, they don't really talk to their mom. It's like oh no, they're very young
I can tell
children.
you already why the daughters hate her, having 2
Okay.
daughters myself. not that
Yes.
they hate me.
Well,
I
one, but okay,
never
yeah.
in any way competed with I had my daughter super young. I was 24 and 25 when I had them.
Yeah.
Uh, I never competed with my daughters. I was always
Yeah.
the mom. I was always, it's like, "Oh, you guys look like sisters." "Oh, go sell crazy somewhere else." I am their mother, you know?
Yeah.
And I
That's
thought,
people always tell me that too.
"Yeah, I don't want to
Like when I'm
be."
out with my kids, they're like, "Are you guys triplets?" And I'm like, "Please stop."
Yeah,
You
exactly,
know.
exactly. Yeah, you and Wells look exactly the same.
I know.
But, I would say that that's probably it. She competed with her daughters,
Put them
wanting to
down all
wear
the
the same
time.
things, that kinda stuff.
Yeah.
That creates a lot of problems, and I think it'll only get worse.
Yeah.
Um, she looks like she's focused on herself, focused on her
She
fame,
gives
focused on her
almond
look.
mom energy, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
She's
yeah.
something's a
Yeah,
little
no,
off there.
she is very self-absorbed, very, that relationship. Is she still with the Osmond or no?
Yeah, they've actually now gone
Yeah.
official. They
Yeah, I
officially
saw him
announced it.
saying some.
Yes.
I don't know if anything has happened since then, but you know, yeah, her whole focus is the show and her relationship and the singing. She didn't have time for her daughters.
No.
She
Do you
doesn't.
remember on Housewives when like your intro card or whatever, it was like you and then your family would be up in the
Yeah,
corner?
yeah.
I am like, who would be in Britney's corner? Like just the Osmond guy would just be
With the
standing there
Osmond guy
alone.
or a dog or,
Yeah.
you know,
When she
her.
was crying on the after the Sprinter van situation and her face didn't move and she was just like
Oh, when I am telling you that women that go on Housewives should
Yeah.
not do Botox because it makes you an ugly crier.
Oh, the
I remember I
worst.
was told that I was a pretty crier, but when I went on Housewives, I didn't know the rules. I didn't do hair extensions. I didn't do spray tans. I didn't do lashes. I didn't
Mhm.
do Botox. So, yeah, I look normal compared to everybody else, but don't cry on camera when you have Botox. You don't know what your face is doing. And it's really.
Like it's the funniest thing ever. I'm the ugliest crier of all time. I cry all the time, and every time, like
Do you really cry a lot?
all the time, I'm
Yeah,
always crying. But my
yeah.
my wife will be like, at a certain point, she'll just say like, she's like, "You really are the ugliest crier I've ever seen," and it's so true. Like, think about how like ugly Kim Kardashian is when she cries, and I'm like
Yeah,
5 times worse than that. It's so ugly.
really. And what do you
Yeah.
cry about? Like everything.
Oh, everything. Like,
Yeah.
I watch
I
something on TV and I cry. I
I
somebody
cry to
says
like, yeah.
something weird and I cry.
Like I'll cry to an AT&T commercial when somebody reached their old mom or something. I am such a crybaby.
Same.
Like
Yeah.
such a crybaby, and my daughters are too.
If
Beva,
you if you like
privately.
look at me wrong, if
Yeah,
you like if I'll start crying. I'm like, "Oh god, they hate me." Oh god.
right.
No, big crier.
For me, it's not so much they hate me. I really feel that sometimes I'm misunderstood because I have this kind of facade that people think that I'm tough, and I'm really such a wuss and so
Mhm.
emotional and so like I always come from a good place, and it doesn't always come across like that, and that makes me crazy. So yeah, I'm trying not to do that because it really puts you in a position of weakness. I will cry sometimes when things don't go well in business and somebody's trying to fuck me over,
Yeah.
and I will, and I can't do that anymore. Like,
So I've never had like an actual job. Like I've never worked. I've always just worked for myself. But for a while, I was working with two of my friends on this business, and I like in the middle of a meeting, I would just get frustrated and I would start crying. And I was like, "You can't." I guess like in corporate America, you
yeah,
can't
I get it.
cry.
You
Like
can't.
it's like
You
that
can't.
sucks. I don't want
Unless you're
that.
using it, look, if you're using it as a strategy, and quite frankly, that works mostly for women, I have to say.
Oh no,
But to
I
make
like it's like suck it up, bitch. Yeah.
right, but for me, it's not a strategy, but I guess maybe I can pretend it's a strategy so I don't feel bad about it. I can't really control it. I can't
Yeah.
really control it. If I do everything by the book the right way, and then now you're going to fuck me over, and that just it breaks my heart. Instead of me getting mad, it breaks my heart. I thought, I do this and you do that, and then we have a great business relationship. Isn't that how it works? No, it's not.
It's
People suck.
it's like you think you're gonna 69, and all of a sudden they're like, "Well, why don't you go first, and then I'll go
And it's
second?"
like, right. Or where like, the position where like your nose is in somebody's ass,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody wants that.
And they take
Yeah, that
advantage and they fart.
yeah, exactly. So,
um so I mean,
Brittany,
with Britney, let's mediate this. Do we just send her off to a psych ward? Do we let her loose to society? Do we encourage the behavior? Because
I would encourage the behavior.
in the
Listen,
background of the videos, it's like everybody is like what is she
right.
doing? It's
But
so
don't you
bad.
understand that this is just the beginning? Like,
Oh yeah.
she wants to hold the snowflake. She
Yeah.
will do anything to hold the snowflake. Once you get the snowflake, you do anything to keep the snowflake.
Yeah.
And we're just going to be so entertained, and we are here. I know you're here for it.
Oh
I know
yeah.
our listeners are here for it.
Yeah.
All your wonderful trash bags are like, yeah, that's what we want. That's what we
Mhm.
want.
I don't
Go forward. Go forward and
I, I'm
make
not
it happen for
interested
yourself.
in people bettering their lives.
No, me
I will say this: there's nothing worse than when your villain comes back and they're like, "Remember when Leanne Locken came back and she was like, I'm gonna meditate and I'm gonna be like so happy," and she would like hit her thing and like boom, whatever. I don't like that. I hate when they
no.
go off to
I
try and
right,
explore
right.
their
I
journey.
wanna
I'm
be
like,
a better person, but that's an act of desperation,
yeah,
okay? If
I want you to be
you're
a
a
worse
villain.
person.
Huh?
I want you to be
I'm
a
sorry?
worse person.
I think you should lean into it. If you're already a villain and
Mhm.
people don't like you, then lean into that behavior because you have a better chance of staying
Yeah.
if you lean into who you are. When you suddenly have like a personality, adjustment, people hate that. We should have a course. We should
Yeah.
have an online course for current housewives and potential housewives and friends of.
Oh, I feel like this is my calling in life. I would
Yeah,
love to sit down. It's like, hey, we're in between seasons. You got your contract. Now let's talk what's going to happen this season. We're going
strategy,
to,
strategy.
yes,
Yeah,
we
I
are
think you'd be
housewife
great at doing that.
strategists.
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah.
Maybe that's our calling. Like we are
Maybe
supposed
that's it.
to.
We can advise them.
Yes. Why don't we start another podcast, Housewife Strategists, and they can listen and they can take what we say. And the
Right,
bettering
right,
is that we get a better show out of it.
right. And it's a free service, and we do it for our
Hmm.
listeners, and we do it for society in general to make
Yeah.
the world a better, more entertaining place.
Yes, I like
Yeah.
that. I'm
So
definitely down for that.
so we agree that that Brittany should just
Bethany
go.
also, but
Well,
yes,
Bethany, yeah,
Bethany's already out there.
I know. Look, Bethany can't get any worse right now. She's,
You say
right now,
that, but she'll come back. She'll be at
yeah,
another TJ Maxx.
right. And I think it's fine, but I think she should give us little breaks.
Yeah.
Like little breaks. She should take a break, like a 2-week break every month from social media because it's a lot. Or we can just mute her. But Bethany is a perfect example of a housewife gone awry, and we
Hmm.
love to see that. And I think Brittany has that. I think Brittany has a lot of potential of being a really fucked up, crazy housewife.
See, and I feel like sometimes when they go awry is when I feel like the cameras should go back up. Like Kim
Of course,
Zolciak during that whole divorce, I'm like, whoa, I
yeah,
mean, Atlanta's ratings are
we
sucking.
missed
Get
all that.
cameras on Kim, you know?
Yeah, we
Uh,
missed all that.
Kim Richards. That's another one that I'm like, oh, get cameras on her, you know?
Yeah,
She doodled her whole house. She would just like
with
on
a
the walls,
Sharpie.
like yeah, like she would just doodle on her walls and like do this stuff. And she did it during COVID and she really loved it. And it's like her entire house is like an art piece now.
I kind of
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
I
That's
kind of
what
love
I
that.
want. I want that on
Why
Housewives
don't we see that?
because I
Yeah,
think
and we
there's
can
like a
make.
liability there with the fact that, she's not all
Yeah.
right.
By the way, I don't know if you heard this, but sometimes I read things on Instagram and I don't really realize why does Instagram posts don't have actual dates on them?
Oh,
Because
like
I
on a
get a lot of
reel?
old shit. Yeah, the reels.
Yes.
I have to look at the comments, but
Yes.
did you know that Edwin, um, Teddy's
Teddy's
husband,
husband.
said that the whole thing about the affair with the horse trainer was just a cover up for her affair with Kyle? Yeah,
No,
I just read
I,
that.
um,
No, I read
okay.
it. She said it to, like, Us Magazine or something. Obviously, he's heard and he's whatever, but wow, I wonder if that's true.
I'm going to Google this. I just type in,
Google it, because I thought, why have we not talked about that? We owe it to our listeners
um,
to
oh,
discuss it.
no, this says 2 weeks ago that they are reconciling after her affair. I hate when it's like we reconcile, you know? I don't want that. I don't want people to reconcile.
Let
In
me
the
tell you
real
what
world, I
happened.
do.
I do like the reconcile, because after an affair, you reconcile and it lasts 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because the Oh, okay. See? That's a
Yeah.
thirst trap. No, no, no,
Wow.
but he said it. He said that it was, just to kind of, make people like, not realize that who she was having an affair with was Kyle Richards. Maybe it was his own ego. A lot of men think like, well, she didn't want another dick. She wanted something entirely different.
Can I ask you that? Alexia is a good example of this. Like, if you found out that your partner was cheating on you, would it feel better if they were cheating on someone of their same sex than your same sex?
No, it would have my same sex.
It
Like, I
would
want
be
the competition. You know what I mean?
okay. So you don't
Yeah, I
feel
can take
threatened
that
if
bitch. I
you
can
walk
take him.
in and he's sucking a dick. You're like, okay, cool.
Okay,
Like
oh,
we've
that
seen
I'm
that.
done. Stick
Yeah.
a fork in me. I am
Okay.
done
Okay.
forever. I am too old for the whole fluidity, and we see people through their essences and all that stuff. I see people by their genitalia.
Oh
Me,
God, here we
personally, I'm
go.
old.
Here we
I'm
go.
old. I can't find myself attracted to somebody that doesn't have a dick,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, you've
Something,
never
yes,
like
by
in
the way,
college, you never went down on anybody.
no, I never had that. I never
You
had
never
that
let a girl go
experience.
down on you.
No, no, not ever.
You missed out on the
Have I
college
fantasized
experience.
about it? Yeah, because,
Oh,
like, if
who?
I
Okay, what housewife would you want to go down on you?
God, that's a tough question. Uh,
Because you want it to be good, you know?
yeah,
Like, I feel like, Sonia Morgan loves to play with women, but I feel like she would just be talking the whole time. It's like, come on,
yeah.
focus. You
I
got to do
think
what you
it
got
would
to
have
do.
to be very, like,
Luann.
it just happens, and it would have to be somebody that's never done that before, or at least
Oh,
it's not publicized, and it's like just having a moment, like,
you guys are just like crazy college girls experimenting. You had one too many
and it's
wine
like, what did we
coolers.
do? And then never discuss it again.
You love a never discussed
Never
situation.
discuss it again. I'm gonna say Dolores.
Oh, hell yes.
Dolores, like we've
Yeah.
talked about this before, she oozes sexuality.
Yes.
And then she's not a pushover. So
No.
there's a masculine energy about her that I like.
Yeah.
You know how some men have feminine energy? Well, I have masculine energy too. Um,
I have feminine energy.
it's fine. You should have a little bit of both. And I like, she's no nonsense, and I bet she would be great. I cannot
I,
believe that we're
I
having this
think
discussion.
that if she's going down on you, like you've come and she's still going, and you're like, okay, stop. And she's like, hold on, baby. And she's like
Yeah, but
holding you by
then
the
see,
legs.
that's the problem. I don't
Mm.
want romance from that. I
Yeah.
I would want it, and the second, then that's disappear.
Okay.
Like disappear, poof, like
Gone.
a genie. Yeah, gone.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay. Well,
oh God.
anyways, part of this, we're getting canceled
Listen,
again,
feel free
once
to use it
again.
for your highlight reel, you know?
Okay.
Put it
Yeah.
in your highlight reel. Why not?
You
Maybe
know,
there'll be one pump.
lesbian stuff doesn't always do it for me because it's like,
Really?
where do I fit into this? You
Watching.
know? Well, I like to be on the field. I like to be
Okay.
playing,
Okay.
I like
Okay.
to be out there, out in the field, kind of situation. Okay, so Britney, we're just gonna let her free to
Let her
society.
be. Let's see where she goes. Let's see where she takes it. Look, if at some point she makes a wrong turn, just becomes super annoying and a drain on our energy, then we'll dismiss her. But I hope she's listening. Like all housewives listen to our podcast. So
Oh, for
I'm sure
sure.
she's listening.
Hmm.
Keep singing, keep doing your thing, keep,
Keep
do
freezing
a
your
really,
face.
yeah, do a really tacky Osmond wedding with like a big
Yes.
sparkly dress and like
Donnie's there
17
to
bridesmaids and
be the
ushers.
officiant.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
like go forth, young woman. Go forth.
Also out of Salt Lake, we've got some news coming from Robert Jr. Now, he went on
Yeah.
Instagram and he said that all the women from Salt Lake City, except for his mother, are sluts and
Mhm.
should not be looked up
Acknowledge, like,
to.
yeah,
But number one of the things that really bothered me is like RHOSLC is already long enough. Now he's added a W. So now we're
yeah,
saying RHWOSLC.
yeah.
And
It's too
I'm
long.
waiting for like RHWOSLCUT for the Utah. Like it's
Right,
gonna keep
right.
growing and growing. I don't like that. And so I want to put
Yeah,
a snip in that right
M
away.
LMNOP.
Yeah.
Listen, I think that all the women of Salt Lake City are sluts. No, I'm kidding. I
I think it's so funny. Like, there's so many things you could say, but like slut, I found was
yeah,
such a weird one. Like, be
it is a weird
smarter.
thing. It is a weird thing. I think that, not all of them are sluts,
Yeah,
you know? I
I
don't
don't
know.
really think of any of them as sluts.
No,
I
I don't
think.
even think of them as slut. I think that he is,
Do we
he's
think he's off the wagon?
why is he so angry? He's
Yeah,
angry.
yeah,
He's angry, and,
yeah,
I think that it's just a kid saying something. He has a lot of troubles, and, I feel bad for Mary. We love Mary on this show. We love her
yeah.
so much.
We'll
Mary,
apologize
this
for
is an
anything she does.
open invitation to come on anytime you want because you are a national treasure.
I
Uh,
don't care if Mary's taking money from her church people. Like,
oh, I don't either.
okay,
Uh,
sorry,
Everybody
you fell
takes
for
money
it.
from church people. Do you
Yeah.
know what I
So.
did for my birthday since I was in Charlotte? My Our best friends, my BFF forever. She's like, "What do you want to do for your birthday?" I said, "I want to get drunk on mimosas and go to a mega church and
Oh.
then be part of the thing and sing and kumbaya and all that and really get into it."
Okay,
I
so
was
not
raised
only are you
Catholic.
getting canceled, you're also going to hell. God is also going to
No,
cancel
no,
you.
but by the way, it was important to me that what we did was not in a mocking fashion,
Oh,
that
okay.
we really like to feel it, to see
So
what
you
that
needed to
feels
be a
like.
little buzzed to feel it.
Well, yeah, because they say a lot of things and whatever. Listen, I went to a Tony Robbins thing and I walked on fire.
Oh
I got
God, no, you did
invited.
not.
I got invited. I didn't have to pay
Wow.
for it. I walked on fire. Let me tell you, the only thing I remember about that experience is when you go, you have to go through the whole convention center thing to the outside place, and everyone has to leave their shoes in the convention center. Okay, imagine
Mhm.
the shoes of thousands of people when you walk back into that room. I have
Oh,
never
I didn't even
smelled
think about
anything
that.
so putrid, and it is seared in my brain forever. Uh, but he would say some things, and at some point, it just says, "Think of your life in 5 years, how great it could be, and now whatever." And people are like, "Yeah, kind of almost biblical, like religious experience, like praise the Lord, whatever." And now think if you did nothing 5 years from now, where would you be if you made no changes? And people are crying and throwing
Ah!
themselves on the ground, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" I
Mhm.
can't.
Yeah.
So that's why I need to be a little buzzed because I want to see somebody else's perspective, you know?
Okay. Yeah. I
And
like that.
yeah, and I think that's a magical experience. It really
Okay.
is. It really
All
is.
right. Well, if anyone's looking for birth ideas, show up drunk to church. That's just what Anna
Tipsy,
Quincoces does.
tipsy.
Tipsy. Okay, I do
But you
apologize.
have to respect the process. You have to respect the
Um,
people there.
Robert Jr. though, what are we doing with this kid? Like,
Ignore
is
him.
this cancelable enough? Do we just ignore
No,
him? He's a
we
kid,
ignore
slap on the
him.
wrist?
Look,
Okay.
I think that the fact that he admitted to his mother about his addiction, I think the whole thing of him being of her being married to, I know it wasn't his,
Her
I don't know whose
grandfather.
grandfather it was. It is traumatic, okay?
Right.
It is at the very
You know
least.
what? Even more than that, I think the Robert Jr. in those wood letters over his door is
Yeah,
even more traumatic.
yeah,
Like those need to
absolutely.
come down. And we can't try
No,
him in adult
no,
court
no.
until those letters come down.
Those letters come down. I mean, honestly, word art is a thing that, really, really could fuck with
Go
your head
away.
for a long time,
Yeah.
and, I don't think there's a lot of expectations of being Robert Jr.,
Mm.
like he has to live up to something. I think the kid is dealing with a lot. I think he admitted it. I think he's trying to get help. I think we let it slide.
Okay. Yep.
We are
Just
in such agreement today. I almost
yes.
don't like it.
You know what though? I think this is good because we need to come back together a little bit
Yeah,
so
we
that
do.
next week we can go very far apart.
Okay. Okay. All right.
That's
All right.
kind of what I think. Now, there's exciting stuff coming out of HGTV. Now, I wrote HGTV off years ago. Like, I have
Yeah.
not, I mean, did I watch it? Yeah. Like, high school, I was all in on HGTV, a little bit of college here and there. But then it's like, there's nothing really happening on HGTV. But now we've got it. So,
Yeah.
Christina Hack used to be Christina El Musa, used to be Christina Anstead. Like, she's been up and
Christina
down the block.
Hall. Don't forget
Christina Hall.
what your last name is.
Yeah. So she, she is her and her. It's now her ex, Chris or Josh. Sorry, Josh.
Oh, I knew the name and you didn't. There's
I know.
first.
I tripped up for 1 second. I had it.
I know.
They're fighting, and it's on camera, and it's like, oh, HGTV. And I'm not putting Josh and Christina on trial.
Is going. They are exploring.
They figured it out.
Little Real Housewives.
They're like, you know what? We lost Chip and Joanna, and if we can't have them, we can't stay in this wholesome space anymore.
No, we can't.
And I think who's ever running HGTV now, thank you, because you got it right. No one cares to see the Property Brothers.
By the way. The two women that run Pie Town.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people run Pie Town, but the one that do those, I've met with them. They are amazing, very smart, and I think they're seeing that this is what people want to see. Like it really, all these shows, are personality driven and drama driven, and the houses and shit. That's the backdrop.
Yeah.
That's the fluff. I think this show is going to be amazing. Jeff is one of the judges. It's a competition show.
Yes.
And so he's one of the judges, and so is Heather Dubrow, which I'd love to see how that works out, because he doesn't love Heather Dubrow.
Yeah.
And she was actually on his show the other day. Did you listen?
No.
To Christine? Okay, she was on.
Oh, Christine. I thought you meant Heather Dubrow. I was like,
no,
she was on?
She was on the show, and she talked about how she wasn't seeing anybody else, and how this guy Josh is asking her. Well, I mean, obviously he wants her to support him because she was the one with the most money.
Yeah.
And then they asked her to pay for some of his attorney's fees, and he took the money and bought a Bentley. The guy's a dick. The guy's a dick. And he's trying to live off, her hard work. And, I think that he was never right for that. Maybe he appears in the first 2 episodes. But his big claim is that it's all manufactured drama, and I don't believe that.
No, not at all.
I don't believe
it for a second. But I will say, if HGTV keeps doing stuff like this, like let's bring exes who had like tumultuous breakups to flip a house together. Like that's what I want. Like let's bring let's reunite father and daughter who he abandoned her 20 years ago, and they have to build a house together or restore something, and like there's so much trauma, and we're going to therapy.
Together.
Yes.
And there's money so on the line. Because by the way, when you on HGTV, you have to use your own money. They do not have a budget for you to flip these houses. You have to be really in that business, and you have to do a minimum of 5 houses a year, and all using your own money.
Wow.
So, yeah. A lot of people don't know that.
Unless we find out that the Property Brothers, that like they were both going to town on Zooey Deschanel, then I'm done with the Property Brothers, No,
I think this show is going to be really, really good.
I'm excited.
I think there's still going to be some sexual tension between Christina and Tarek.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know the story of why they got divorced, but she left him.
Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you right now, him, Heather El Musa, and Christina, they've all had a threesome. Absolutely.
You think so?
Oh, I know so.
In your dreams.
No, they're twins. Every man wants to have sex with twins like that. Like they are identical twins, basically.
Yeah.
He has had sex with both of them at one time. They were both face down in the bed, ass up, ready for Tarek. Yeah. And what's so funny about Tarek is like, he's so ugly, and he's not like a hot guy, but it's like because of the fame, you can look past it.
Yeah, he's definitely not my type. Apparently he gets regular spray tans, which I find weird. I mean, I know it's Hollywood and stuff, but when a man does a lot of, just their brows and do like a little bit of manscaping is okay, but when you get into like lash lifts and
Mhm.
constant spray tans every week, I don't
I
know.
have my eyelash appointment today,
Do
actually.
you? Do
Yeah,
you?
I gotta get
Yeah.
those done.
They look
Mhm.
good
And
right now.
I'm
Is
getting
that why
I'm
you're
getting
wearing the glasses so that we can't
yeah.
tell?
Yeah, and I'm getting my extensions put in today as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Josh can uh, who the fuck gives about him? He can drop dead. He's a dick. He's a user. I mean, the way that he talked down to her. If
Oh,
you know, you saw that scene in the car.
yes.
It's like, remember who you are. You're a Hall now. It's like,
Oh,
dude, I'm supporting your ass. I gave
it's
you a job, and
I'm
now he's
excited.
apparently getting a podcast. How
Oh
many times
god.
do I have to say that to anybody listening? Get a job, not a podcast.
Right,
Okay.
which we didn't
We don't
do.
have to say anything about us. I'm talking to other people. Get a job, not a podcast. And to women who have recently, did I say women? To people, I didn't mean women. To people who have recently lost their podcasts, um, get a job.
Yeah.
Apparently, that didn't work out for you.
That seems a little close to the heart. So anyways, HGTV, if you're listening, we are giving you the green light. Let's keep
Yeah,
going. We want
keep going.
more of this.
More drama. More drama.
Now this next one, how would you feel if Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck got back together?
I would love it.
Me too.
I would love it. I
I
think it
want
took a
more
long.
for Jennifer, but this is as good as Ben can do. And so it's almost like a meet in the middle situation.
What do you mean as good as she? She's amazing.
No, I'm saying like this is the absolute best that Ben could ever do. For Jennifer to go with Ben,
Okay.
she's got to
Oh, then
lower
she
the
can do
standard.
better.
Yes.
She can do better. Um, I I think that was part of what happened to Ben. I think that being with with Jennifer Gardner, um, first of all, where he's from, I think he has very traditional values. She's a
Mhm.
good mom. She's kind of no nonsense. She is salt of the earth. I love that woman.
I
I
love
love her.
her.
And if you see his face, they have him like driving towards her house during the fires. He was a man on a mission, you know? So
Yeah.
he liked the sparkly part of Jennifer Lopez, but when he was in it, it's like, this is not the life I want.
Right.
And I think he's been trying to get back together with her for a while. And of course, she's worried about it because he's an addict and he's once an addict always an addict. It's easy to go back to that, and he's like this brooding man. So it's not what I want for her per se, but I think she loves him, and I think
Mhm.
maybe the experience of this last relationship has changed him.
Yeah.
What an idiot I am to think any man changes. I know, but I am hopeful.
I'm hopeful too. I'm
Yeah.
a hopeless romantic. I want them back together and I want them to be good together. I don't
Yeah.
want him to fuck up again.
Again, no, he does not. Listen, if he does that, by the way, he would be like one of the most hated men in America.
I feel
Because
like
Jennifer
America's always
Garner's
willing to
America's
forgive
sweetheart.
shitty men.
Yeah. Well, no, but to do it again,
Yeah.
no, that would be unforgivable. So, and now he's lost everything, by the way. He lost his gazillion-dollar mansion and all his cars and all his stuff. So
Let's
he's
talk
gonna have
about the fires because
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Beva's in LA.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is she saying about it?
Look, first of all, definitely our hearts go out to everyone. It's horrific what we've been watching. Beva is actually in Arizona, in Tucson right now. She decided to evacuate the fire. She's in Santa Monica, so she was close enough where she could see it, smell it, and she was worried about the air quality for Lola.
Yeah.
It's bad for anybody's lungs. For little lungs, it's even worse. So she's in Arizona now, but she's really messed up about it.
Yeah.
One of their best friends completely lost their house, and there's just so much uncertainty about it.
I mean, I don't think, I mean, I'm not a historian, but I don't think we've ever had
No.
something like this here.
No.
Like
Yeah.
I mean, when to see the like aerial view of like the Palisades and it's just like streets and streets of houses are just gone. I don't know why, but I feel like most of the time when I hear about like these wildfires and stuff, I feel like it's kind of like small mountain
They're
town
small
communities.
And they're gone. Yeah, and they're put under control now. Between tomorrow and the next day, the Santa Ana winds are supposed to blow this more in other areas. I think LA will never be the same again.
Yeah. Well, and
And I
then
think
there's the mudslides that they already deal with, but now that's going to be even worse. And like, if they do get rain, it's going to be, that's a
and
whole other thing that's
and
going to
people
happen.
are angry. I was gonna ask Joanna Krupa to come on the podcast, but she's so angry right now that we wouldn't even be able to get a word in edgewise. They're angry at the politics behind it. There's a lot of conspiracy theories around it. So I just hope that they somehow rebuild. And, really, the air quality is the problem. You don't want to have long term effects from this,
Yeah.
So, and everybody has to go back to work because a lot of these houses are not insured. And it's just, I would never want to be in that situation. And, I just pray that everything gets back to normal and that they get that under control as quickly as possible.
I know, it's like every day you're just like, oh, I hope I'm going to get on and they're going to be like, it's done and over with. And we're
Right.
like, perfect. And they're
Yeah.
like, actually, it's getting worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Very, very sad. But
to
yeah,
anyone
Sophie did
affected,
everyone.
we're with you. Don't ever hesitate to reach out if you need anything at all. Trash bags, the people who listen to our podcast, are super great at helping people and
Yeah.
like getting resources for people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So reach out if
Yeah, reach
you
out
need.
with like donation, whatever it is. If you need to know where to donate, where to, I can find out, I can get Beva to, help us distribute stuff to people. They want to be involved. So absolutely, everybody needs help right now. So yeah, very sad. I'm
It's
sorry to
so
have,
sad.
yeah. Um,
Well,
so
you know what? Let's end on a high note.
yeah.
So, back to you joining traitors.
Doing what?
Traitors.
A traitor.
Traitors. I feel like, did you know that they don't sleep in the castle?
No, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
That to me was when I learned that, I saw the show completely differently and it made
Where
me
do they sleep?
upset.
At a Motel 6 in Scotland?
Like they stay at a hotel somewhere else and they're like sequestered there,
Oh, yeah.
but I am sad because I like to believe they actually lived in the castle during the time, but
Right,
they
because when
don't.
they're sleeping and the murder and the whole
Yes.
thing.
So I just want you to be prepared for that.
Yeah. I've been sequestered before in a competition show, and it was at a courtyard
What?
Marriott in Studio City. Yeah, I did Food Network star,
And you had to be
and I was
sequestered. How
sequestered
long
for
were you
9
sequestered?
weeks.
9 weeks?
9 weeks.
No
They
phone?
take your phone. Yeah.
What do you do in the hotel room other than
You don't
masturbate?
you
Like,
work Listen, this is a show that's very different as far as a reality show where you actually have to have a skill set to do this, and
yeah.
you are doing challenges for 15 hours a day. When you get back to your hotel room, you just pass out, and you have to be camera ready by 5 a.m. the next morning.
Oh,
And at first, it's a lot of fun, and you have your people, but by like the second week, everybody fucking hated me
yeah.
because they decided that Bobby Flay was had preferential treatment for me and all this stuff, which wasn't true. And it just whatever. It was a very difficult thing, but yeah, I would just go in my room, and the only thing I would watch, they take your TV. Okay,
You
they
don't
don't
have a
take your
TV?
TV. No, you don't have a TV. So they don't take your TV, they take the remote control. So the only thing I was able to access is my 600-pound life.
Oh, well,
And
that's
so I would
that's
spend
fine. I'm
and
fine with
and I
that.
would spend the whole night watching because I have horrible insomnia, and I would scream at the TV like a crazy person because, these women have really skinny boyfriends, and
Mhm.
they enable them. They bring them
They're called
candy and ding
feeders.
dongs. And then I saw one thing that I'll never, ever, it can never erase it from my mind. It's one of those things that's seared in there forever. She wanted like a really good cleaning.
Mhm.
And so she stood outside in like a tent thing, and with a hose, he hosed her down.
Yeah.
And then he asked her to lift her fupa.
Yeah.
And so that he could really get at like I saw this and I was like, it was like a whole new world to me.
And this is
So
what I don't
that's
understand. Like, people say chivalry is dead, and it's like, no, it's
yeah,
not. Like, this
no.
man is
And
really.
and by the way, he loved her for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'll
yeah,
say
no,
this:
right.
600-pound life. I've cried every single episode.
You do? Yeah.
Yes, because it's like you feel so bad because it's like you don't get to this place just because you're eating a lot. Like there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
I
There's
also
a lot.
cry every time I watch Hoarders, you know?
Oh my God, I love hoarders and I cry too because I
Yeah,
could easily be a hoarder,
I
you know?
couldn't. I love to throw stuff away.
I love to throw stuff away, but like at some point I was like, you start thinking about the sentimental value of stuff. Like, wait till your kids get older. I have 58 science fair projects, like big giant posters.
I don't
You're gonna
think I'll
throw
save
that
those
away?
because we're probably gonna fight doing it because I'm gonna be trying to be in control of the
Yeah,
science project and it's just gonna be a big fight
yeah.
every time.
Okay.
So
Well, I throw shit away now, but hoarders makes me really sad.
it
Really,
does.
really sad.
Yeah.
Um, so I thought we were gonna end on a high note.
It's like we can't get away from the sad notes, whatever. Like we're just here and we're sad and everyone's crying. Good God. Guys, thank you so much for listening to Reality Court. Go and leave us 5-star reviews. If you're on YouTube and you're watching this, only write nice comments about us, please. We don't want anything else.
Yeah.
If you're watching the reels on Instagram, don't ask who are they?
Yeah.
Sorry that you're
Who are
not
these
cool enough to know
people?
who we are,
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, go on, Us Magazine, watch TMZ, get
Yeah.
educated.
Anna Quincoces is like a D-list celebrity, and I'm like Z-list, okay?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry that you're not a part of the world.
I'm
Okay?
so sorry. And we do read all your comments, and they affect Ace deeply. But we have some really nice comments, and
Yes, we
I
do.
really do appreciate them. I
Yeah.
really, really do. It means a lot. And then, then I have people that just like, there's some woman that got mad at me for making a comment about Paige and whatever. It's like, do you know these people personally? And my answer to you is yes, I do. I
My
do know
answer
them
is no, I
personally.
don't. And I love to have an opinion about everyone else's
Yeah,
life. But
and I
I
can
don't want
have an
anyone to have one
opinion
about
about
mine.
stuff.
Yeah.
And I can have an opinion about stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I offended you, but I am reading your comments and I appreciate it, even if it's not great. But we do appreciate the really good comments more.
I don't appreciate them if they're not great. So please don't do that to me. Just go after Anna. That's fine.
Yeah, go after Anna. And are you going back to Pepperdine? You got to drop off your laundry.
Yes, I need to get back to Pepperdine. I have class starting soon. Pepperdine alumni. I got this at a Goodwill.
Did you?
So,
Do you
yeah.
like thrifting?
I just like when I can get something that I normally wouldn't be able to obtain. I
Right.
wouldn't normally be able to get anything from
Did you
Pepperdine.
get what I sent you?
Yes, I was gonna open it on the. Hang on, I'm gonna open it on here. I totally forgot. Yes, let me grab it.
I was worried.
Okay, I'm back. So Anna Quincoces has sent me a box, and I know what it is. And if you listen here, you might. Have we talked about it on here?
I don't know. Maybe once.
Okay. I'm very excited to open this because I don't even know.
Well, you're a memorabilia guy,
Oh, I love a memorabilia.
Yeah.
And of like important stuff though,
Yeah.
like I don't want the Declaration of Independence.
Oh, no. Important stuff. This is important stuff. This is a part of real history.
That's right.
You
Okay.
have to put tape on it.
No, it's okay. I got it.
I put something else in there for you and Caitlin.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on. How do I know
But
which is...
get out the other stuff.
Okay. I love that you wrapped it too.
Yeah.
Wow. Above and beyond.
I'm cute like that.
Oh my God. Oh God. Okay.
That is. You should post it next to the reunion where they wore it.
I will. I'll try and slip into this. It seems close to my size.
Sonia. Is it Sonia? Morgan's one of her reunion dresses.
Oh my God.
I know.
Like I look so good in it.
And what's great, it's her own brand. Look at the tag.
Stop. It's a Sonia Morgan original.
Yeah.
Sonia by Sonia Morgan. Oh my God. Okay, I know there's another one.
There's another one. And that one has a little card, handwritten note. Nobody wanted to buy that dress.
It is. Stop. It's on official letterhead.
Yeah.
From the office of Danielle Staub. Please accept this dress by Alice and Olivia as a small token of thanks to the new owner for participating and helping our healthcare workers on the front lines during COVID-19. All my love, Danielle Staub. Stop it.
Yep.
What the hell? I'm going to look so cute in this.
That's really small. She's tiny.
She is.
That would fit on one of my thighs.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Look,
and actually,
I
that's a
can't
pretty
even
iconic
fit my
dress.
like wiener in this, and it's not big.
You should find the picture of that because it's a pretty iconic dress.
Wow.
It was like some, I don't know, I forgot.
I can't believe I own these now.
Now you own
Just
them.
a part of Housewives history.
Yep.
Okay, and then look at this. I got modern Cuban baby. Oh my God. I'm excited about this. Now,
Yeah.
I will say this. I am a decent cook, you know. Obviously, I wasn't asked to be on Food Network Star or anything like that. But if it's too many steps, I probably will end up quitting.
Easy. And I'm going to tell you, if you make the arroz con pollo, the chicken and rice recipe that's in there,
yeah.
No, you will make it on a regular basis. Your kids will love it. It's like Lola doesn't want to eat anything but that. And you can make it with like deboned chicken or just like the chicken tenderloins.
Yeah.
You can do it in the Instapot. It's amazing. Seriously. It's so good.
Because I love to eat the same meal over and over again.
Oh,
so
me
that's
too.
perfect.
Me too.
I'll eat it for like 2 or 3 months straight and then I'll move on to something else.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
I got it.
Wow. What a gift you've given me. Anna, you've sent me now several gifts. I haven't sent you any gifts.
Oh, no. It's the gift of doing this podcast. You are the gift that keeps on giving. Don't worry about that.
Thank you. Guys, court is officially adjourned. Go leave us a 5-star review. Only say nice things about us. And we'll be back next week with
a special guest. We're not going to say who.
That's because in case it doesn't happen.
Right. No, but I think it will happen.
It should be a fun time. It'll be wild.
Yeah, it will. It will. Yeah. We're excited.
All right. Thank you guys.
Love you all. Trash bags, jurors, all of you. I love
constituents,
you.
all the above.
Constituents, all of them. All right.
Goodbye.
Bye.